Screaming like a war cry, he says. Thank you, Tennessee Reaper. That's the music in the background. Hey there, sweetness. How goes it? I do hope that it goes well. Quick name of the game. If there's anything that is connected to this collective, that's beautiful, and I invite you to take that shit with you. If, however, nothing here resonates, that is all right. You just leave it right where you fucking found it. It's probably a piece of information that was meant for somebody else in the collective, and you should never take something off the table or in general that does not belong to you. Please keep in mind that time may be fluid as well as energy, and let's get into it. Shall we? Yes, we fucking shall. What are we getting into? Some very powerful, very cleansing, very informative messages about the hanging gardens, potentially hanging gardens of Babylon, but at least hanging gardens. Something very important about that. And I am going to give you guys some channeled messages that I have, quite a stack. Then we're going to literally do some research together on the hanging garden concept and see what we can get. I'm being guided to cleanse the collective with some blue apatite, so I'm going to put this right just... Again, as I said, the music in the background for now, Tennessee Reaper. If you guys are interested in my books, I am a published author on Amazon. Links below. If you are interested in donating and helping a girl out, I appreciate it more than you know. Links below. If you are interested in my artwork, I do live artwork, upload videos, shorts of my crafts, the whole 9 yards, over on Gypsy's Busy Box. You should be able to find the channel on... I comment back and forth on all my posts and videos and things like that on that channel, so it's easy to find. But again, Gypsy's, GYPSY''S, space, BUSY, space, BOX. And I will leave a comment from that channel on this video. Welcome home, homies. Please do try a favor. Make sure you get those likes up on your way in. It helps more than you know. And when you don't, and you just watch the content, it hurts more than I think you know. Spirit of love, truth, grace, and guidance, please guide myself, guide these messages, guide this collective. Please guide us all, always and always. Thank you. Have you guys checked to make sure that you are a subscriber, a homie true and through? Much love and appreciation to those that haven't too. Did I say my one big stoner? Excuse me for any and all coughing. Let's get into this. There's something about... I'm just going to throw out all of the channeled messages, take them or leave them. Actually, first we're going to smoke in. Price somebody's had to pay or going to have to pay is 1,000 nights alone. To be frozen in the moment, something. There's something about being the loudest in the room. Maybe that's why somebody's having to spend some time alone. They're going to finally figure out, if they haven't already, that they don't need to be the loudest in the room. Somebody does not understand why somebody disappears every time they fall down. And that could be somebody disappears every time that they themselves fall down, or somebody disappears every time that somebody else falls down. It could be both. Something has been said, and after it was said, it caused something to be lost, and it's been lost for a while. Somebody's lost trust in their partner, in their intimate relationship. An awful lot of damage has grown inside the dark, and for some of you, you may want to take a look at things. If you don't, move along, don't take this information. But if you do, here you go. If you're looking for stuff on somebody's phone, okay, or their Google, You can check both the Gallery app and the Google Photos app. In those apps, each of them tend to have their own trash, their own screenshot section, their own locked or secure folder. Okay? There may be something in there in your partner's or even your kids or, somebody you're responsible for's stuff. Also, the Vault. You may want to look into the Vault. I do believe it's a Google Vault. Or it might be a Samsung Vault. There might be both. It's important to know that there is a calculator app that hides photos, things like that. Another way that you can find things if you need to is to go to the device settings. Say you're on a phone, tablet, whatever. You go just to the settings, like the little nut and bolt looking thing, settings, and it will show you a section that says Google. You click on the section that says Google, and it will allow you to see a whole bunch of different things on there, like a whole bunch of things, but also it's if you go into the Google app, I think, and click on settings. No, you go into the Google app on a phone. Okay, so that other way through the settings, you can find a whole bunch of different things. You can find site settings, you can find saved data, things like that. Another way to find them is open the Google Chrome, whatever it is, click the little dots in the right-hand corner, like the menu button thing, and it will open a menu. Down at the bottom. It will say settings or site settings, those site settings and things like that. It will show you different websites that have been saved, accessed, cookies, different things like that. So if there's something that you need to find, you can, especially so that you can take your control back, take your life back. Because people say, if you have a cheating partner or whatever and you're looking in their things, then you're the control freak. No, this person has taken control of you by lying to you. They have already taken control of your consent. They've already unleashed fucking hell. They've already been a leech in your circle and a vulture on your back. Ain't no shame in figuring out their game. Okay? That's coming up for a reason. Somebody's going to be taking a lot less bullshit and a lot less drama from fucking cowards and people with a cowardice spirit. Rest in peace to that shit, bitches. On average, y'all have been around a lot of shitty fucking people, but the time for that is coming to an end, okay? They're about to be quaking when you're walking, homies. There's something about increased transparency, not following trends. There's something about fill your bow. There's new clear sights. There's something about a sensitive sight sown incorrectly. Sensitive sight sown incorrectly. So that's was channeled about like sutures and things, but sensitive sight, it's spelled the same way, S-I-T-E. There is something about very sensitive fucking information on somebody's device, and I tell ya. Somebody's thinking something about, oh man, if I'd have taken that class, I'd be as smart as you. Somebody was like the fucking class clown pulling chairs out from underneath the people right as they're about to sit down and laughing. There's something about geokinesis. I need to look further into that myself. I just heard about that for the first time from 144 from the Stars Tarot's reading. There's a few different things that I wrote down on here that I would like to learn more about. Biolocation, geokinesis. We'll see, there may be more. Somebody has been kept away by the guilt in their eyes and the shame on their tongue. They've been warned spiritually to stay the fuck away from you because that's the anthem they're singing. We have a message of, for some people, learning how not to blame others is not the lesson. Sometimes you have to stop taking the fucking blame for people that have no good ethic. Stop taking the bruises in silence and fear. Somebody's undergoing a massive sense of immediate changes. A massive sense. You're about to enter a space where living doesn't feel fucking heavy anymore. Doesn't feel painful. Doesn't feel like a fucking bad joke. Like a kid that just don't fit in no matter what, no matter where they go. There's something about people literally hiding themselves and masking themselves and burying their true self deep, deep down beneath. It's going to grow like a fucking seed. And the fruit from that tree is going to be seen. They can't bury it down deep and dark enough. For some of you, people have tried to bury you, and they couldn't bury you deep and dark enough. And you need to own that shit. In the background, he said, you ain't invisible. Own that shit. You're about to be finding perpetual peace. On a level that you just don't even understand yet. But you will. There's something strange about that change. So, ooh, that's what it is. Somebody's going to be saying that your change, your transformation, you had to do something weird for that. There's something strange about that. You sold your soul. You got down on your knee. You fucking, who knows what. Way over there is where they can go with that, because who fucking cares? Delegaff? Do I look like I give a fuck? They're about to be down on their luck for even thinking about the collective like that. Thinking about the homies like that. Ooh. And you're in that taking your control back from fucking cowards. Okay, one of the other things I wanted to look at that 144 had mentioned was automatic writing. Somebody's been working way too hard. That's coming to an end. Not going to have to anymore. Ooh. I feel like I did a reading about this a while back. Somebody was like, had a massive fucking problem with the light being shown on them, okay? It's like, as an example, two partners, okay? Man, woman, they're fucking arguing things out. Manufactured. Okay. There's, say, dude fucking hiding a bunch of shit on his phone, Okay? Going on Reddit, looking up NSFW shit. Who knows? And yeah, shit's about to be exposed. About to be exposed. There's something about technopathy. I need to learn a little more about that, but it's also making me think about like being able to be in sync with the fucking, technology. I'm a low-tech girl in a high-tech world, so when me and technology sync up, it's pretty cool for me actually. Like but say chick finds stuff on dude's phone that shouldn't be there. Stuff dude's, promised him and like, no, I'm not one of these fucking grim kids. But they are. And the shit's there. And it's been found over and over and over. And it's always like this big arguing and this, big thing because like it's a promise that it'll stop. It won't have a da-da-da-da-da, whatever. Okay, yep. So it does say she's. So the lady's like, she cries and she expresses how she feels about it. And she's like, when you look at other women, it makes me feel insecure. And no, it's not because I'm insecure, but it's because I let my guard down and you promised me that I'm safe doing so and that you only want me and like all these things. And I believe you. And then you create this fucking insecurity because we have this agreement and you don't stand 10 toes down on it, sort of thing. Like, there's all kinds of people out there that don't give a shit about that kind of thing. But this dude found a lady that, like, does. And she wants some fucking, boundaries. She's got boundaries. She's got, fucking expectations. And dude's like, yeah, I'll live up to them. Knowing that he won't. That's the fucking problem. Thinking that he'll be able to, like, whip this bitch in shape, Fucking, I don't know. Massive ego type shit. But this dude repetitively, is this Icky Ricky again? Jesus. Icky Ricky's like, man, I'm not going to listen to her bullshit. I'm not going to listen to her fucking complaining about what I'm doing. I'm not going to listen to her saying I'm a bad person. I'm not going to listen to her looking through my shit. And I'm not going to listen to her demanding this and that. And blah, 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 blah. And they've like, so they start, I'm not going to listen to you. I'm not going to do, I'm not. And to the extent that the chick's just like, all right, you broke me. Okay, you win. You broke me. And the dude starts to get all like giddy, thinking, he's going to get his cake and eat it too. And she's like, I'm not going to argue anymore. You defeated me. I'm not going to complain anymore. You defeated me. I'm not going to demand anything anymore. I'm not going to get loud anymore. I'm not going to ask for or expect promises anymore. Like, don't worry. I'm not going to burden you any more than I already have. But it's not because I'm giving you my power any more of it than you've already fucking siphoned with your lies. Oh, hell no. It's because I'm standing the fuck up and walking off. Dilligaff. Do I look like I give a fuck? She is a tightrope. She's a goddess in stilettos. What is this song that just came on? Fine as Sin, Tennessee Reaper. Yes, dude. Yes, Icky Ricky, you've won. You defeated her. That poor crazy girl that thought that you were sharing love. The I Spy detective version of that girl, the complainer, the demander. You defeated her, and she is no longer your worry, Icky Ricky. You won. But did you? Or are you looking for her silhouette everywhere? Is your conscience still singing her fucking praises on some lost pursuit that you fucked up? Oh, poor Icky Ricky. On the world's smallest violin. I love you, Collective. I do hope and pray that Icky Ricky ain't here. Oh, you know what? Actually, let Icky Ricky be here. Let him fucking hear it. Let him have it. Fucking for those Icky Rickies way in the back. Okay? Yikes. You've been the poison in the Collective's veins for far too fucking long now. But what's right will be right. Hello, welcome home, homie. Thankful to see you here. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for getting the likes up. Thank you guys for your participation in every and any way possible. All right, so those were our channeled messages for so far. Now we're going to channel some right here live. Okay, we're going to get some messages about hanging gardens, but there's something about make sure you're fulfilling your end of bargains, make sure you're keeping your promises, make sure you're doing things that you say you're going to do, and do your best to do them in a timely fucking fashion, because you don't want to be nothing like Icky Ricky. But there is so much in the air about taking the wheel back, taking your own fucking power back, taking your light back, taking your voice back, taking your fucking taking your you back. Nice. Taking your energy back. Reeling it back in. All right. What do we need to learn about the hanging gardens? Caught up in the hunt. Yes, we are. Hanging Gardens of Babylon. I have no idea what this is about. If you do, you got a jump start on me, but I know we just need to know whatever we can about this. Building bridges in the mind. Yeah. Again, listening to Tennessee Reaper in the background. All right, so the Hanging Gardens of Babylon are one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. I am literally just on Google, so you guys know I went on Google, typed in Hanging Gardens of Babylon. It does look like it brought me over to search.yahoo, but I'm just, looking raw for information, seeing what we can find. I am awaiting corporation removal for all. All right, so AI summary says to understand the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, consider these key points. The Hanging Gardens are one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. They're said to have been built in Babylon near present-day Hela, Iraq. Somebody's name could be Hillary. There's something about untouched land, untouched parts of soul. Wait a minute here. Some of you literally, I feel like I got this the other week. You donated, okay? And I can resonate with this, all right? I'll say it the best that I can think in my human mind, but already my skull feels like it's gonna, my brain feels like it wants to beat out my skull right through my forehead, trying to think of human language to wrap around this concept, okay? It's a big concept. It's like you guys donated yourselves. You donated your mind, body, soul. Sorry, I just took one of the craziest potions ever to dry up stuff in my throat, and it's it feels like I have allergies going on. Okay, so it's like you donated your mind, your body, your soul, your energy, your time, your efforts, your fucking just life essence, okay? To God, to spirit, to whatever it is that you consider to be the animating force behind your life. Like that thing, the creator source that put you here, whatever you call it, you gave yourself to that. You're like, I want to be what you need me to be. You know, divine source, fucking creator, universe, what, you know, spirit team, ancestors, fucking creator of the ancient world and this one and the next. Like, I give myself to you. I give myself to you. Okay? And in that, your whole life started to change. And there's a good chance that you started to change your whole life before you got to that point, and that's how you got to that point. Okay? But then you get to this point, you give yourself, you like donate yourself to, again, to God, to the cause, you know, to the greater good. And you make that clear about yourself. You're not some holier than thou fucking I'm a saint type perfectionist. Like you're not that, okay? But you make it clear that like you're out for the greatest fucking good that you can humanly possibly fucking consist of, type thing, okay? Like you're here for light. You're here for light. You got shadow. You shake hands with both sides of you, but you're here for the light, you know? And people come along and they're like, oh, I like your light. It's like these orbs, you know? They're like, ooh, I see your light. I can smell it. I can taste it. I can smell it like fucking pheromones and chase you through fucking planes of existence, okay? Well, but I mean, like that light that you have now shines as bright as it does because spirit allows it to, because God lets it, because the universe allows it to. That source, that force that you have become in this like symbiotic fucking symbiotic or synergetic, both maybe, I don't know, relationship with, grown on that, honed in on that, you know. Your light comes from them. These fairy orbs are feeling so connected to this right now. They're like, they want that light, but they don't understand where the fuck that light comes from. Oh man. So they come up in, they make all these promises, they put on these masks, they're like, oh, I'm worthy of your light. I'm so worthy of your light. I have light of my own, and maybe they emanate some. They're a knight pretending to be a king or a knight pretending to be an emperor. Maybe they've been acting like, you know, but even they are coming to realize that they can't be anything more than a fucking knight. Somebody's in a dark night of a soul. Anyway, these energies, it's like they come up in, it's almost like, I don't know why I'm getting this. It's like somebody was celibate, say, for like a long time. The longest they'd ever been physically by themselves, not, you know, watching any content that they shouldn't be, not doing anything that, you know, they shouldn't be doing, whatever. And they're like, that's what I felt God wanted me to do. That's what I felt like I'm supposed to do. And somebody comes along and they're like, oh, well, you know, me too, and this and that, and saying all these things, and they weasel their way in, and they 10:10 on the clock, fucking siphon into the energy, into that mind, body, soul, everything that's been given to the higher good. They come in and they're like, oh, me too, me too, me too. And they just Well, first and foremost, do they not think that they're going to end up fucking paying for that at some point? Because that is, and actually, I feel like I was hearing a reading about this the other day again too. It's like spiritual force sexually, you know? It's like spiritual force spiritually. It's a fucking physical force. They're taking things that are not meant for them, that were never fucking theirs. Yeah, Leviathan energy for sure. It's just, I don't know. God. The gardens are often described as a series of tiered terraces filled with a variety of trees and plants. Tiered terraces. There's something about that. Somebody's going to be spending a decent amount of time in the hospital. Not sure what that is. My right ear just went like really high pitched. Their existence is debated among historians, with some questioning if they were real or a poetic invention. Were the Hanging Gardens just a poetic invention? They were attributed to King Nebuchadnezzar II, who supposedly built them for his wife, Amytis. Amytis, my mother's name. The gardens were said to utilize an advanced irrigation system to maintain lush vegetation. Ooh, that makes me think about dancing in the rain, making use of liquid emotion. Hey, TT. Hello, my love. How you doing? Yep, okay. Awesome. Something about dancing in the rain, though. I needed an irrigation system in my garden, and I was having the hardest time putting it in, and I was like crying and praying about it. This was a while back, and immediately a storm came, like flooding the grounds, and I went out and was like dancing in the rain, thanking God, thanking the universe, thanking Mother Earth. Thank you, nature, because that softened up the ground exactly as I needed it. Thank you. That is our new Archimedes. Anyway, yeah, there's something about that. Using emotional gouging. Ooh, emotional gouging to your advantage. Happily, thankfully. There's something about hating what they can't replicate. That is a line from Tennessee Reaper, Roll Up the Hate. But this whole thing about being debated among historians with some questioning if it was real or a poetic invention. Maybe they just think it's a poetic invention because they can't. I keep saying advention instead of invention. There's a reason for that. But there's something about they can't replicate something, so maybe it just didn't even actually exist. There's something about editing, some serious editing. History has been edited far too many times. Something about exploring the source. And that's funny because that's exactly what we're doing right now. Something about theories and texts. Possible locations. terraced structure. Something about the underground level. Levels and rules. Different rules for different levels. Sipping on peace, watch me levitate. Hanging Gardens. Something about very elusive. Elusive and ghostly. There's something about that the king built for his queen. Much debate. Much debate. Just clicking around, seeing what I can find. So the king is said to have built it so that his beloved wife would have a lovely private terraced garden to enjoy. Oh, man, beautiful. Good. Another proof of the consideration of the Hanging Gardens of Babylon never actually existed are many thousands of clay tablets from that period in Babylon. Stone tablets. So are they not in the stone tablets? So this is ancientworldwonders.com. 12 facts about the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. This is probably the most romantic and poetic wonder of the world. It's not only long gone, but its existence is also up for dispute. The lack of documentation of its subsistence in the chronicles of Babylonian history makes many doubt if the wonderful gardens ever pleased the eye of a human or were just a figment of ancient poets and novelists. Below, I deliver some key points and facts about the Hanging Gardens and let your nature, not mine, be the judge. If you're a hopeless romantic, you'll overcome the gaps in the image of lush greenery, fountains, and colorful flowers cascading from the sky will rise in its entire splendor. So 2 equally credible theories about who built the Hanging Gardens. They are assumed to be the work either of a Queen Samu Ramat, Greek something, the Assyrian queen who reigned from 810 to 783 BC, or King Nebuchadnezzar II. Though there are no compelling arguments about the credibility of any of the assumptions, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon are often called the Hanging Gardens of Semiramis. Through the centuries, the legend of Semiramis attracted not only the attention of Greek historians, but she also is the muse of novelists, poets, and other storytellers. Great warrior queens in history have been called the Semiramis of their time. A gossip around her name would have made a beautiful yellow press headline. Semiramis is said to have had a long string of one-night stands with handsome soldiers. Another rumor may become an inspiration for horror filmmakers. They say that she had each lover killed after a night of passion so that her power would not be threatened by a man who presumed on their relationship. As for the other supposed builder, King Nebuchadnezzar II, it is said that he built the legendary gardens to console his wife, Amytis of Media, because she was homesick for the mountains and greenery of her homeland. Nebuchadnezzar II is most widely known through his portrayal in the Bible. According to the Bible, he conquered Judah and Jerusalem and sent the Jews into exile. I don't know. Something is making me feel like if they existed, perhaps it was the lady. So there's something about, yes, so much debate on existence, debate of the existential. And it's like he said, she said, he said, she said, he said, she said. But theoretical proof of whatever structural designs are being spoken. All right. I'm going to leave that there. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you so, so much for being here. Until we speak again, my days.